Didn't expect to end up here, but here we are. I got a story to tell. I want to tell a story about a house fire I had when I was about 14, 15. I was probably in 10th grade. I remember at the time, my mom, it was me, my mom, my dog. We stayed in North Baton Rouge. And my mom had just got me signed up for MMA classes because I was deep into MMA at that time. And I had maybe been doing it for, I want to say 2 months. I was really enjoying it. It's very intense. I think I was playing football too. It was spring football, so it wasn't a real season yet. Either spring or summer. And yeah, things were cool. I was a very active teen. And then out of nowhere, one day, me and my mom were in the living room with our dog. We were watching a movie or something. And out of nowhere, my mom, I think she smells or sees smoke coming from her room, which is on the whole other side of the house. So she goes to investigate it, and apparently her AC unit caught on fire. And yeah, I didn't know what the hell to do. There was in a matter of a minute or two, there was a crazy amount of smoke. My mom got the fire extinguisher, tried to put it out. It obviously didn't go out. And I remember there not being time to think. The smoke filled up the house so quick that you had time to grab one thing and get out. And I remember just being a young, dumb teenager, being thinking you can solve anything, thinking you're exempt from tragedy because you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna find a solution that nobody else does. And then being in that situation, it kind of taught me the lesson. When life hits you, it hits you fast. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to do anything really. So we got out the house, called the fire department. They came, and I'm thinking, it's obviously something, but it ain't gonna be nothing major. Might have to get a new AC unit. My mama had to get some new stuff. It shouldn't be that big a problem. But in a matter of minutes, half the house was on fire. And it got much bigger than I think either one of us ever could expect it. Yeah, by the time the firefighters were able to get the fire out, I say 3/4 of the house burned. And my mom's room obviously went first. She lost literally 100% of her things, 100%. My room was in the middle of the house. I lost 80, 90% of everything I had. Weirdly enough, some of the only possessions that survived the fire was some vinyls I was collecting at the time, and my PS4, which I'll always be a Sony fan because I don't know how the fuck that survived, but it survived and worked for years. But yeah, and I remember after that fire, of course my whole life changed. We stayed in like a hotel or two for months, for like 2, 3, maybe 4 months. And I remember loving hotels at that age. I was geeked every time we went to like out of town and stayed at a hotel. I was so happy. And after living there every day for months, that changed quickly. Yeah, I didn't anticipate so much would be taken away from me, and there was nothing I could do about it. Because after that, MMA lessons stopped. Didn't have the money to do it anymore. Football stopped for a minute and was never really the same. And a lot of times I wonder, like, what would have happened if I stayed over there? I had childhood friends that stayed there, like people I met when I was like 6, 7, 8, my grandfather stayed around the corner. Like, it was a real community. It was a real experience that I cherished that was taken away. And I guess it kind of teaches you to not hold on so closely to anything, because so much is out of your control. I just found it funny how sometimes people are forced to just pick up and restart their whole life, restart your whole wardrobe, or restart where you live, or restart how your room looks, like a complete 100% restart. And so I don't know. That's another reason I wanted to start this project. Is I do wanna hear human stories. I feel like a lot of us, especially if you're from New Orleans, a lot of us can relate to having to start our whole life over, having to go from a place we knew and loved to go somewhere unfamiliar, only to restart everything you thought you knew. So I think that's a big reason I want to tell the story. Is this story has almost nothing to do with my filmmaking, and I kind of like it that way. This is a pure human story. It's about stuff we live through, not something we create from.